Understanding why a guy pulls away can feel like stepping into an emotional maze. One moment things seems perfect. He's attentive, texting you sweet messages and making plans. The next, he's distant, unresponsive, and leaving you wondering, what did I do wrong? It's a pattern that has left countless people confused, frustrated, and questioning their worth. But here's the thing, this behavior is very rooted in psychology, biology, and even societal history. Let me start with the science of it. Studies in neuroscience reveal that men and women process stress and emotions differently. When faced with emotional or relational challenges, many men instinctively retreat. This response is tied to how their brains are wired. Men are more likely to activate their problem-solving centers and seek solitude to process their feelings, while women often turn to connection and communication for support. This difference in particular, while natural, can create misunderstandings in relationship. Psychologically, pulling away can also stem from something known as attachment theory. People with an avoidant attachment style, for example, tend to withdraw when they feel too vulnerable or pressured. This behavior often has roots in childhood experiences like inconsistent emotional support or fears of dependency, making it their go-to defense mechanism in adulthood. And then there's the historical context. For centuries, societal norms have shaped how men express emotions, or more accurately, lack thereof. Men have often been conditioned to view vulnerability as weakness, leading to a preference for emotional independence. While times are changing, many men can still carry that weight of these outdated expectations, causing them to pull back when emotions run high. The point is, when a guy pulls away, it's rarely about you. More often, it's about his internal struggles, his fears, or even subconscious programming. In this video, we'll break down the top reasons why guys pull away and what it really means for your relationship. By understanding the why, you'll not only gain clarity but also learn how to navigate these situations with confidence and self-respect, most importantly. So if you're ready to decode his behavior and take the guesswork out of dating, stick around. We're gonna dive into that. He's overwhelmed by his own emotions. Let's start with one of the most common reasons. He's overwhelmed by his own emotions. Guys aren't always great at processing feelings, especially if they're intense or unfamiliar. If he's starting to feel a deep emotional connection, something he may not have experienced before, his initial reaction might be to pull back and recalibrate. Think of it this way. Emotions can feel like a tidal wave for a guy. While some people lean into them, others retreat to avoid being swept away. He might need time to sort through what he's feeling and figure out what it means for him and the relationship. Example, imagine a guy who's always been independent suddenly realizing how much he cares for you. The level of vulnerability might scare him, leading to a temporary retreat. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's just his way of processing what's happening and processing that emotion. Fear of commitment kicks in. Even if he likes you, the idea of taking things to the next level can feel intimidating. Commitment often comes with a lot of pressure, both real and imagined. He might be asking himself questions like, am I ready for this? Or can I meet her expectations? For some guys, the fear of failing in a relationship can outweigh their desire to move forward. It's not that he doesn't care, it's that he's unsure of his ability to meet the demands of a committed partnership. If you sense this is the reason he's pulling away, it's important to give him space to figure things out. Pressuring him to commit when he's not ready can backfire. Instead, focus on open, non-judgmental communication to understand where he's coming from. He's stressed about other things. Sometimes his distance has nothing to do with you at all. Work pressures, family issues, financial struggles, life? It just happens, and it can weigh heavily on a man. For some men, their first instinct when stress is found in their lives is to retreat and focus on solving the problem before re-engaging with the relationship. Unlike women who might lean on their partner for emotional support during tough times, some men internalize their stress. They might feel like they need to fix things on their own before they can fully show up for you. If this resonates, a good approach is to show understanding without overstepping. A simple, "I'm here for you if you need to talk," can go a long way in showing support without adding pressure to him. He feels a loss of freedom. For men who highly value their independence, entering a relationship might feel like they're giving up a piece of their autonomy or their freedom. If he feels like things are moving too fast or that he's losing his sense of self, he might pull away to regain some balance. This doesn't mean he doesn't like you. It simply means he needs reassurance that being in a relationship doesn't mean losing his individuality. Healthy relationships allow both partners to maintain their independence while building a life together. If you sense this is the issue, focus on creating space within the relationship. Encourage him to pursue his hobbies, spend time with friends, and maintain his independence. This will help him to see that being with you enhances his life rather than restricting it. He's unsure about the relationship. Not every guy knows exactly what they want, and that uncertainty can lead to pulling away. If he's questioning whether this relationship is the right fit, he might step back to gain clarity. While this can be painful to experience, it's ultimately better than him staying unsure and leading you on, right? This time apart can give both of you a chance to reflect on whether your values, your goals, and your feelings align. If you notice this happening, resist the urge to chase or convince him to stay. Never do that. Instead, focus on your own clarity and ask yourself if the relationship is meeting your own needs. He's testing boundaries. Pulling away can sometimes be a subconscious way to test the relationship. He might want to see how you react, whether you chase after him or if you're going to give him space. Or maybe you're going to confront him. This isn't necessarily a game. It's more about understanding how you handle conflict or uncertainty. For example, if he steps back and you respond with calmness and maturity, it can reinforce his confidence in the relationship. On the other hand, reacting with anger or desperation might signal incompatibility. The best approach here is to remain composed and communicate openly. Let him know you've noticed the distance and are willing to talk when he's ready. He's afraid of getting hurt. Past heartbreaks can leave emotional scars that make it hard for someone to fully open up. If he's been hurt before, he might distance himself when things starts to get serious to protect himself from potential pain. This is a defense mechanism, not a reflection of your worth. While it's not fair to you, understanding his fears can help you approach the situation with empathy. If you suspect this is the case, encourage open communication about his past and reassure him that vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. He feels unworthy. Low self-esteem or unresolved personal issues can make him question whether he's good enough for you. If he feels like he can't meet your expectations or isn't where he wants to be in life, pulling away might be his way of avoiding disappointment, both yours and his own. This behavior often stems from internal struggles rather than anything you've done. If you care about him, offering encouragement and reassurance can help. But remember, it's not your job to fix his self-esteem issues. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights on relationships and self-growth. And as always, share your experiences in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on navigating distance in relationships.